easier. And when it comes to the flowers, everyone likes, to dress up their home with flowers. Well, Jim at House of Flowers is going to tell us about some flowers that are so easy and they last a really long time.
Hey, good morning, Amy. Silk flowers have come such a long way in the last 20 years or so since their introduction back in the late 70s, early 80s. They're not even really silk anymore. There's latex, there's rubber, there's plastic, or as we call it in the industry, plastique. Some fabrics, even some wood combinations. But I wanted to share with you a few of those composites and show you a few design principles that we're following today, and kind of even a few artificial or preserved, I should say, grasses and foliages and things to kind of bridge the gap between artificial and real. So, wow, look at these bells of Ireland. These are artificial and these are real. You can almost not tell the difference between them. And the neat thing about the artificial is there's wire running through them, so you can manipulate the stems and kind of do the design according to the way you want it, rather than following the natural curve of a bells of Ireland. Protea, this is kind of a tropical flower. This is actually plastic, though. It's not even fabric except for a little bit on the foliage. Really, really realistic and kind of a neat contemporary look. Hydrangea are great because you can get them all in all the designer colors. The greens, the natural, like antique blues and burgundies, and even of course, the true white and ivory. And really anything from a little rose. These are little spray roses. Those are, I guess, more the traditional silk, I guess you'd call it, to a beautiful sunflower. When we work with the artificial stems, we try really hard to create sort of a botanical look and a natural growth look. So we've kind of gone away from that traditional design where it's sort of a mound of little flowers, real structured, and done more natural botanical feeling designs. So, for instance, in this one here, we've just taken a glass cube and we've layered some rock and sand and things like that you can sort of see through the cube. We've based some green hydrangea down at the base of it. And then we've just taken some of the, believe it or not, plastic grasses and ferns and things and just kind of done an upright design. Great for an end table. You could do these actually in multiples down a dining room table if you wanted, or you could do something larger scale, perhaps flanking a piece of art up on a mantle or something like that. Same concept here with the orchid. Same glass cube. We've took some natural material rock, kind of filled, and a little moss, filled the vessel with that material. There's floral foam down within it. And then we've taken some preserved seeded eucalyptus that's actually even been dyed a little different color, some larger ferns, natural branches, and then look at how stunning this green cymbidium orchid is. You would never guess that that's artificial when it's in its place. Again, kind of a neat, perhaps a mantelpiece, very dramatic. It could go maybe behind a sofa on a sofa table with a lamp or something like that. Really great design. And then finally, I wanted to share with you not an artificial flower at all. Actually, it's more of it's real boxwood. It's glycerin treated, and then dyed to stay a natural green like this. It's all put into styrofoam, and it creates this boxwood topiary. Really fun. You just spritz these with water about every month or so, and it just keeps them nice and pliable. Gives you the natural effect of a real topiary without having to water the thing 3-4 times a week. It seems those topiaries take a lot of water. So I wanted to share with you just a couple of the items we've used in the designs too. Some of the natural grasses. We have a really great supplier for some of the natural, like this hanging amaranthus is really beautiful. It's kind of its natural color, enhanced maybe just a little bit with some dye. Just beautiful. It hangs really nicely, and we could use that, you know, really nicely into a wreath or something like that, where you'd like that nice cascade. Our clients often have a struggle with blue. Blue is a hard color in artificial design because there's not a lot of natural blue flowers, and then when you do a blue flower, it looks kind of artificial. So we've taken some Sweet Annie and they've stem dyed it kind of a navy blue, and that navy blue adds a really great accent to pull in maybe a little color from a rug or a piece of art or something like that. Then, of course, all your tall natural grasses, kind of, you know, just even on their own are just really beautiful. But you could, you know, tie that in with some sunflowers or something like that in a tall vase, and have a really cool design. And finally, I just wanted to share one more thought with you. We've taken sort of a typical grapevine wreath, and we've added sort of the House of Flowers spin on it. And we've taken one of these hollowed out birch pieces and affixed that to the wreath itself. We've put foam into it, actually. There's floral foam into it. And then we took some of the natural preserved millet and combined it with orchids, ferns, and grasses for this really great wall piece. Again, combining the natural with the artificial. We call them permanent botanicals now because they're so realistic looking. So I hope you've enjoyed. Stop on in if you get a chance and check out all of our permanent botanicals here at House of Flowers.